All right, good morning, everyone. Let's see who's on. I have a feeling I know who's on first. Dad, what's up? Good to see you, Dad. All right, so we got Dad, we got Bill. Good to see you, Bill. Vance. Vance, it's been a long time. Vicky, good to see you. Let's see who else is on. You guys are active chat this morning. We got Rick, the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy. All knowing. Doug, what's up? Good to see you. All right, so a couple of cool things happened yesterday. I did do a lot of streams yesterday, but a shout out to Anthony who wanted to support the stream, and he ended up saying, "What course should I get?" And he wanted to go, and I said, "Hey, you can have a course," and he said, "No, I want to get one." So he said, "What's a good step-by-step course of mine that he can go through and work at his own pace?" And so Anthony, it was an easy one. I said, you need 20 tips for 5-minute practice success. So we're going to actually go through how to get a lot done with that. He said those weren't streams. Vance says that those weren't streams, those were rivers. Yes, I did quite a bit of teaching yesterday. So anyway, shout out again to Anthony for getting one of my courses. And it actually kind of started a little chain reaction that somebody else, I didn't once again realize that I still had that crazy bundle in the store at iMusicAcademy.com, and somebody got the bundle, which nobody's been buying from the store, any of those books or resources, any of those digital products, but somebody did yesterday. So a shout out to Anthony, and I want to get his name right. Starts with a D. I want to say it's like D Tree. Let me see if I can get it right. This will just take a second. Dieter, Dieter. So shout out to him for getting the bundle that's in the store. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through a few of these tips, including the chords at the end of 20 tips for 5-minute practice success. And remember that I create these resources for you guys and also for myself. I love to be able to write things out and have the that's right. Yeah. That's right, Vance. And I like to be able to go back and practice these things. So we're going to go through a few of these. And I did do a couple of things. In Chord Academy, I put this course as well as the Blues Alternate Bass Line course, which is good for everybody. And we'll talk a little bit about that course. I put 2 courses in there for your folder for this week for Chord Academy, and in the All Access folder, I did the exact same thing. Now, anybody who maybe you're just a YouTube subscriber, or you're just passing by, if you find this resource interesting and you want to make a donation of your choice, you could decide how much you would like to donate on the live stream only, then I will give you access to the folder which has both courses in there. There's 20 tips for 5-minute practice success and the Blues Alternate Bass Line course. And all of my courses, I think most of you know this, but they have links to the sheet music, video training files that are unlisted on YouTube. So anyone during this live stream wants to make a donation, you can get the same things that our Academy members also get. So here we go. First thing is pretty simple, 5-finger pattern, and I'm not going to click on the links because it takes me right to the private YouTube training, but I'm going down here, and these are great finger exercises. You guys know I want you working the fingers every day, right? And we do everything from the minor pentatonic scale and its different inversions, as well as, and this is just the warm-up thing, and the first 5 notes of the blues scale. So what do you do when you don't have a lot of time to practice? Well, everybody needs to be doing these on the very first sheet of this course. The next thing is this 20 tips for 5-minute practice success. I love this right here because it gets me in this little mood of playing a simple solo pattern. I'm really working the fingers right here. We're going to get to the chords in just a minute, but I'm just reminding you guys there's some really fun ways to practice. The reason I did this course with 2-measure phrases, or sometimes 3 and 4-measure phrases, is that I want you to build some success. When you wake up in the morning and you need something to practice, like this one idea is fantastic. Then you go to F, practice the same shape. Now, I'll just go ahead and say this, as I was intentional about putting your blues alternate bassline course inside this folder, because when we pull this up, and let me just go ahead and do that now, just so I can show you guys how you're going to use this, is in here you have, I also have in Chord Academy, the solo piano chord loops we've been doing lately, so this week. Anyway, your blues bassline course, once again, if you want to watch the video, you just, wherever it says video, if you click on that, it'll take you right to the lesson. But if you take this same example that's from 20 Tips course, and then you put this little New Orleans groove where you go 1 and 2 and 3 and you turn on your metronome, you're getting your rhythm workout in, right? Working those fingers. And for Vance. And what's great about this course, I always had the idea, well, how do you teach people to lock up the hands if you're constantly changing right hand licks and ideas and doing all these different bass lines? And I had the idea, I'm like, I'm just going to do a course on bass lines with one idea. And so the idea that I chose was the most famous one at iMusicAcademy that has over 1 million views. It's this little lick right here that's very, it's generic, but it's very important part of our blues language. And remember that whenever you're playing this kind of lick right here, you're either doing a slide key from a black key to a white key, or you're hammering on with fingers 2 and 3, 5, right? So this right here. So if I was going to go up a half step, I'm still doing a triad in the bass line. Now that is a skill to get, just like we learned how to slide from the black notes to the white notes. And now you're going up a half step, or you're hammering on to the minor third to major third. If you understand that, put "got it" in the chat, and we will get down in a few minutes to the bottom of the page that has those solo piano chords where we're going to do a 1 6 2 5 walking bass line. But I do think that this is very important teaching that we're doing right now. And let me just see if anybody is actually saying hello in the chat or interacting in the chat. Want to make sure we're good. I'm showing 1 like still. Oh, now I'm showing 2 likes. Awesome. Yeah. So Bill and Vance and Rick, you guys got it. This idea of you're getting a lot done when you do that. A great warm up. And what I would do is practice, if you have a little more experience, practice that minor third to major third where you're hammering on. Because from here, from D flat, if you go up to D, once again, you're hammering on minor third to major third for the key of D. And E flat is a slide again. That's going to feel very similar to C. E major is a hammer on. You have to get used to that hammering on minor third to major third. F is a slide. F sharp is a hammer on, and going down the list. So you can get to where you can do all 12 keys. Now, another way you can use this particular course is this. Pick out another bass line. Let me do the number 2 here, and I go, okay, I want to learn how to do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And you can do this like slow. You can do it kind of loose and kind of Latin-y like we did. Kind of straight, but you want to be able to go 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then when you go to F, it's the same little trick. Let me show you this really quickly, because I think this is probably the most important, crucial information that I could share with you regarding the transition from chord to chord. Watch this. I'll do it again. So the trick is this, and this, if you don't get anything else, I want you to get this. Whenever you go to the F chord, wherever you're going next on the and, you hit that first. You don't go back to C. You don't go. No, you go to the place you're going, and it creates what I call finger pedal, is that I'm not even using the pedal down below. I'm literally using my destination on the and of 4, and it helps transition from chord to chord. Listen. See how easy that was? And I'll do it going back to C. And I'll do it again on G. I'll do it one more time, and then I'll do it in time. I do it 4 times, or 3 times. Here we go. Now, here we go. G. Sorry. F. Okay, isn't that interesting the way that works? So you use that thumb to go where you're going on the and of 4, and I think it really helps. Let me check the chat and see how everybody's doing. You guys understand that? All right, now I really love this alternate bass line course as well. And for anybody checking in, remember what I said is that these courses are in the academies, but if anyone makes a donation while this stream is going on, then you'll get access to the folder that has both of these courses in it. And I'll let you decide what you think it's worth. It's probably, each course is like $30 in the store. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying if anyone wants the resources and you want to make a donation, I'll honor your amount and give you both courses. All right, here we go. Let's go down to the next one. Let's just show you a couple of these other ones. Now, some of you like this idea, a little boogie woogie kind of thing. It's kind of fun to think about this, of the same lick. And the way you're going to get that is just getting your spacing of the octave and getting used to going up the C chord. So you go C, E, G, A, B flat. So you can do it slow. Kind of like a mess around sound. And the same thing on F. All right, what a fun way to play that bass line. All right, the next one, this is our straight up boogie woogie sound. So now that's a little tricky at first, and as I mentioned yesterday, Oscar Peterson would often double time that. If he was doing solo piano, he would do all kinds of crazy things in the right hand. But that's a fun bass line to get. If you ever heard of boogie woogie, it's just 1 5 1 4 2 3 2 1 5 1 5 1. So that's kind of fun there. And then anyway, there's several other ones. I'll show you one more. Let's find a good one to show you. I do like this one. Where's the one that does that quarter note? Kind of has a little Ray Charles feel to it. So it has a little anticipation right there. Where is this one that goes? Now this other one's going to be a little bit tricky. Let me see if this one's in here or if this is in the next volume. Oh, this right here. I like that. Now, I always say you can always get everything if you do it slow and straight. So even a hard bass line like this, you can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3. So there are ways to break it down. And if you want to watch the training, you just click video on any of these and it'll take you to the private thing on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Let's go back to this because this is where we're spending our time today. I love these 20 tips, right? There's some Ray Charles in there. Like if you want to work on Ray Charles, I've got the lick right there, and it actually starts, remember that it starts on the 5th. So the original song, for what I'd say, it doesn't start on the minor third to major third. It's actually on the 5th where you go. And it's usually in E. But we're going to do it in C right now. I wrote it out so you guys could see it in the key of C. And remember, this is 20 tips. I think I did this course a couple of years ago. I absolutely love it. I think the information is timeless. And so I want you guys to remember that as you're practicing this stuff, remember that this is a great 2 or 3 measures to practice. If you don't have a lot of time to practice this right here. And I put it with a little boogie woogie simple bass line. So you can do it on the 5th, or you can do it on the 3rd. So I'm not using the pattern which is awesome, but we're also showing you, yeah, you can use it over blues, you can use it over jazz. Another thing before we go on to the next thing, I love the fact that we had this idea, we haven't talked about this in a while, but our minor third to major third, isn't that a fun thing to be able to do? If you're not feeling bluesy or jazzy and you wake up in the morning, you need something to practice, go to that flat 7. And you'll get there. So someone like Rick, the Gandalf of iMusicAcademy, maybe you want to take that around the cycle. And what does it mean to go around the cycle? I was talking to Anthony about this yesterday. To go around the circle of fifths, sometimes the cycle of fourth, it's the same thing. The circle of fifth, if I go up 4 notes, it's going up by fourths. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. But if I go down by fifths, 5 notes down, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm on an F, right? So if I go up 5 notes to G, or go down 4 notes, I'm still on a G, okay? So the way that I like to go around the cycle is not by C up to G up to D. You can do that, but what I like to do is go in fourth. So you go C up to F, C, D, E, F, 4 notes away, because in our blues even, we go C, chord 2 and 3 to F, right? And as I go up, it has a natural progression to want to go up in fourths, doesn't it? And I go E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E, A, D, G, okay? I'll do it again. And even in our progressions, we have 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. All that is in fourths. E up to A is a fourth. D up to G, 4, C. I could go 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. Or that we did yesterday. All right, and once again, this is a Chord Academy lesson. I've been going live for our YouTube community, and I gave a bunch of things away yesterday to our YouTube subscribers, not our Academy members, but just subscribers. And today what I thought I would do, I need everybody to know, we have 12 people watching now, is if you're not a member in any way, but you would like these resources, you make any kind of donation, I'm giving you both courses today. It's the 20 tips for 5-minute practice success, as well as the blues alternate bass line. But that's only during this live stream. Just like I did yesterday, I said you got to get it during the live stream, or you can get any of my resources at iMusicAcademy.com if you want to do that. But it's a way easier process, and I'll let you choose the amount that you would like to donate. All right, here we go. Let's keep going down this list right here. So this flat 7, what I was saying about Rick, maybe Rick, you want to go, there's your C7, right? Going to that flat 7, ending on the minor third to major third. I go up to F, I'm going to do the same thing. And I get into that minor third to major third. B flat, I'm going to go to the flat 7. Right? So if I go to E flat, start on the flat 7. That's why I mentioned going around the cycle, because I'm going, just like I said, C to F, up 4, C, D, E, F. Now I go to the flat 7. I go to B flat, E flat. So I'm going around by fourths. D flat, same thing. You're really working on your ear and your transposition. If you're more of a beginner and you're at that stage, just practice going down from the C7 down to the minor third to major third. There's several other really important licks on this idea. You have your C7. If you ever have a C7, you guys know that you can go down 3 half steps for whatever blues you're working on and just play those first 4 notes. And I can go around the cycle. If I want to get some confidence, I go to F. All I did is went 3 half steps down from F, and now I'm on D minor, and I play the first 4 notes. And what's so nice about this, everyone, is if I play the first a C triad, if I'm on a C blues, I know that my minor third to major third is going to sound great, and I know my triad notes are going to sound great. So why not take our C 3 half steps down, and you play your A blues scale, and you can go here for days, the entire blues. And then if you want to give me a little minor third to major third, you can do that. And then I also have on measure 26 where you go, where it does a little do nothing till you hear from me, surrounding that third. So even with those 3 pieces, you could do an entire blues in any key. I could go, I'll do a old school, the same bass line that's in the chorus. All that will work over the entire thing. Even when I go to the F chord, the 4 chord. Now here's that little, even on G. Okay, you see how that works. You're combining these simple ideas, and it doesn't matter what key you're in. You're going to start working on what I was just saying with Rick, is you take one idea, and maybe it's these 3 half steps down. You say, all right, whenever I'm in the key of C, I'm going to use the first 4 notes of the A blues scale. I'm going to think A blues. If I'm in F, I'm going to go 3 half steps down. Now I'm in D minor. So for F blues, you think D minor is going to work perfect. And the same thing goes for any key. Now, as you go down here, at the bottom of the page is this C6 lick, right? We've been doing that yesterday. We added it to one of our blues that we made up yesterday. This idea of sliding on that minor third to major third, this can be done in any key, and the only difference is sometimes you're sliding from a black note to white note. Sometimes you're hammering on your minor third to major third, right? It takes a little bit to learn how to hammer on that minor third to major third, but once you get it, the same technique works for any key. So as we're going through, maybe you wake up and you're like, this week I'm going to be working on this lick. And you work on that for a while, and then maybe your goal is to go up a half step. Now you have to hammer on and do fingers 2 to 3. Now I'm going to go back to C and demonstrate how you would put all this together. So maybe we start out once again of saying C blues, and I know my A blues scale is going to work, and I'm here. I could go. I just remembered that we have a new blues coming, don't we, Vance, from yesterday? We have a Red Garland inspired blues that we did yesterday, and I need to write that out. Okay, but let's stay focused on the task here. You have your Ray Charles thing. Notice that all these licks are on purpose in the key of C for this particular course. Okay, now let's get to, it's 8:28. I want to get to the last two measures here, and then Dave's leaving on a plane. And once again, we are wrapping up in about 10 minutes. If nobody makes a donation, that's absolutely fine, but I at least wanted to let our general public know that the easiest way to get access to this folder, you make any donation instead of going to my store, and any donation, and you get both of these courses, and I'll honor that as well. So, and for my Academy members, make sure you just check your folder because both courses are in there. Okay, here we go. Let's do this idea of the last little things here. You have oh, I also put Dave's leaving on a plane in there as well for solo piano. Okay, so right here, you guys know this little D minor 9? So it's D minor 9, and then just lower your middle finger, and that gets you G13, right? And you're just practicing your walking bass line with this one line. Now, there are lots of ways to vary up this one idea. You could go D minor, like a D minor triad. You could go 1, 2, da, 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 da. That time I went back down. You could go. I could go here. So I just played tons of variations there, but the goal is to get one idea down. And the reason is, if you get this one bass line down, you start to build up muscle memory so that I could have this conversation with you guys or be talking to you, and I could play comping chords, I could play solo, I could do this, and I don't even have to think about what's going on in my left hand because I'm hearing that and internalizing that as a sound. This is not something you get right away, but it takes repetition, just like learning how to play your blues scale, this 5-note pattern that we dig into. You need to be able to get your reps in, and even if you just turned on your metronome and you practice this, you're getting a lot done. If you use this fingering and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. And what I like to do, if you have more experience, you guys know, and I write these out as well in our academies, where we go up a half step and you can go 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1. And 2, 3. And then you go up another half step, it's the first fingering. 2, 3, and you practice your rhythm there. And you go up a half step, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you understand this and can resonate with what we're doing here, then put that in the chat. Yeah, blues for redhead. So, going through anything in all keys, you're usually 2 or 3 keys away, fingerings away from playing in all keys. In this example, I've demonstrated many times before, you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go up a half step, it's 3, 1, 3, 2, 1. Another half step, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, Rick's getting it. And then 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. And I have these PDFs written out for our Academy members. You guys know that. And it's good to go back through these and just get some reps in. If you're on the beginner stage, just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, now let's dig into that first chord that we just did. Is the D minor 9. That's a great thing to get under your fingers. It's simply F major 7, and then your middle finger goes down. So you're doing a 2-5 chord progression, which is the most common progression in jazz, right? And one way you could practice from an improv standpoint is just arpeggiate those chords. I go here, F major 7, to my G13, we go. I could go. Another thing I could do is we could go triad where I slide minor third to major third. I could go. I could put my blues there. I could go. Right? Isn't that fun? That another fun thing about C major, for instance, all these ideas that work on C major will work over the 2-5-1 because those chords are in the key. So I could go. So just going back and forth and just thinking, arpeggiating the chords, or thinking is simple. All right, anyway. Do you guys see what's going on there? I literally was mainly thinking just C major and D minor and G. There, it's all going to work. You could go. Remember that from yesterday, Vance, where I said D minor and C major work so good together with the triads? Remember how we did that? We were like, if you have 2-5, you can go D minor and C major are the triads that work together. So I could go. And the other thing we did is we did C major, D minor. So all right, now let's do the last one on this page here. Yeah, trading triads. I like that, Vance. It's a good word. Vance always has a good word. Vance, there was something really funny you said yesterday, and I was going to tell my dad what it was. I was trying to remember what was it that was so funny that you said. What was one of your Vance isms? All right, guys, it's 8:37. I'm going to go for 3 more minutes, and then I'll wrap it up. I'm going to honor your time today. Let me pull that back up. You guys have 3 minutes to make a donation if you're not a member of anything, and you're going to get both courses, which I'm excited about. But Only 3 minutes. All right, here we go. It was right here. I'm going to go down to the bottom because I want to show you guys a really cool trick. And there's Dave's Leaving on the Plane with the lyrics, by the way. A little bonus thing. Oh, and this it's written for trio as well at the bottom. I forgot that I did that. And I have some pentatonic shapes at the very end. Just a reminder of how awesome those are to practice those 4-note cells. Okay, but here's what we want to do. So at the end, you have this thing right here. Again. Now, this is gold right here. Everybody pay attention. Lock into this. If you play a 1-6-2-5, which is super common chord progression, you go C, E, A, G, G. That's within the key, right? And that's a very important kind of bass line. You go 1 into the 6th chord, and you're doing chord tones. And everything diatonic, meaning within the key. But you can also do like the tritone of where you're going. And what I'm doing is a half-step approach here. I'm going C up to A, and then I go down to the tritone of A, which is like the sharp 4. It's down to E flat, and then it goes to my 2 chord, and the tritone of that, and then down here, and then the tritone of that. So tons of tritones happening in this bass line. And what a tritone is, it's like a substitute for the chord. So if I go C up to A, and I go 1 chord to the 6th chord, and then what's the tritone? The sharp 4 away, it's E flat, okay? So what I'm doing is using both chords. I'm going C, A, the tritone of A, which will get me down to my 2 chord, and the tritone of that will get me to my 5 chord. It's creating some really cool half-step approaches. You don't want to do it all the time, but this right here is a great pattern to build some muscle memory. So I could go down, I could go here, and I could just loop that for days. Another thing that we could do is go down. Watch. See, I kind of went up and down. So here we go. I went 1, 6, 2, 5. I can go 3, 6, 2, 5. I can go 1. See how I'm just going up and down. And once again, it's not just muscle memory that will kick in. You get this down, and it becomes automatic, but it's still a sound. It's still just as relevant and important in your vocabulary as this. When I hear this, it's a sound. It's a sound that you're getting into your head. And if I play this right here and I go, that's part of the sound. And you'll start to think of this as one idea, not right hand is doing this, what is my left hand doing? No, we're building up muscle memory and thinking of these as sounds. A really important couple more tips I want to tell you guys is whenever I'm playing solo piano or trio piano, I like to think of everything as one big sound. I don't like to think of it as, okay, this left hand is doing this, and this, and what am I going to do here? How am I going to walk this bass line, and where do I go? No, I think of everything as a big sound, like this. That's a C major sound that I know in my head, and you guys are the same way. You're going to know certain chords that you like. Da, da, I'm thinking of this as a whole shape. Ba, da, 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 da. And even when I'm doing like stride piano, I'm not thinking of right hand and left hand. I'm thinking of a sound. And when I play little lines in both hands, it's a shape, it's a sound. All right, I hope that makes sense. And at first it feels like it's a lot to process when you think of. I remember what it's like to build bass lines and think, how can I do the right hand and the left hand at the same time? But what I think is really important is that you start to figure out, if you play things slowly and you play it straight, you can get anything to line up. I can go 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a great step right there, isn't it? And then I'm going to add one thing. Maybe I'll go to, or this. See, that's a sound. That's not two things going on at the same time. It is, but I'm thinking of it as a whole sound. George says, good morning. 3 minutes better than no minutes. That's right, George. George is always so consistent. I hope everybody said yes. Everyone's saying hello to George. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Nobody took me up on supporting the channel through the chats to get this course, but I will say this: you still have like 2 minutes to do that, and after this it will be available. Any of the resources will be available in the store. They are in there now. I was just trying to provide a crazy opportunity for anybody who made a donation, but you got 2 minutes if you'd like to do it. And what I'll do is I'll leave the I'll close this out. I'll leave the chat up for like 2 minutes. I'll set something on my phone, but after this, all these resources are available at iMusicAcademy.com, and there is still a crazy bundle. If anybody doesn't have my courses, it's a crazy deal. A lot of the courses are older. I have 4 volumes of blues, and that and a bunch of courses are all in some kind of crazy bundle for a ridiculous investment on your end. All right, so here we go. George, good to see you. I'm going to go back to the top, and I really appreciate you guys, my academies. Just remember that your courses are in the folders. George, check your Chord Academy and all access group. It's all in the folder from this week. Dad, good to see you. Bill, good to see you. Thank you again, everybody, for your awesome continuous support. You guys are amazing. Vicky, of course, the Queen Vic. Rick, the Gandalf of iMusic Academy. Always good to see you, and glad that you're able to hang with us today, Rick. Doug, good to see you. Doug's always consistent. Thank you for being a member of the YouTube channel. Thank you, Vance, for being a proud elite member of the YouTube member. Both of you are elite members. Awesome. Thank you for that. Also, I'm going to make sure that I'm putting these in the YouTube channel as well. So actually, Vance and Doug, go ahead, and since you guys are YouTube members, go ahead and you can request to get access to this folder, and I will grant it right away. I always like to take care of our YouTube members as well whenever I can. All right, so you guys click on that. Again, I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to set this timer. I'm saying goodbye. Rick, good to see you. I'll see you guys on Monday. And actually, I might need to do a different time on Monday. I have something that I'm playing for on Monday morning. So I'll figure out a plan, and I'll let you guys know. Awesome. I'll see you Monday or an alternate time for this next week. We might do a little adjustment. I have an early morning something on Monday, so we'll see about that. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to turn off my camera, and I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes, and then I'll close this thing out. But great lesson, and thanks for hanging in there. Get out your 20 tips course and pick something and have fun with it, and I'll see you in the next one.